front door of Sullivan's, down the sidewalk quite a ways. A small town paying homage to a special man who had passed. They came to mourn Peter Crowley, who had found sweet peace at last. He had found sweet peace at last. His family called him brother, his friends called him the Crow. We kids called him Dad, the finest man we'd ever know. It was an illness called Lou Gehrig's that set his spirit free. It slowly and surely stole his life. Death claimed him at age 43. Death claimed him at 43. Ah, the winds of fate can steal a man's life. In his prime he'll be sent to the grave, but we'll always be thankful and never forget the gifts Peter Crowley gave. The old boys say he was the best of them all, a great athlete back in his prime. He could clout the ball a country mile, sing the winning shot most every time. He joined the Navy in wartime. He returned to chase his great dream. He signed with the Red Sox of Boston, but it was a job that was not meant to be. It was a job not meant to be. He settled back in his hometown, a working man all his days. He wed a local lass, fathered 4 kids, served his town in many ways. Each year the town remembers the triumphs of their son named Pete, and present a trophy carrying his name to the high school's best athlete. They give it to the high school's best athlete. Ah, the winds of fate can steal a man's life. In his prime he'll be sent to the grave, but we'll always be thankful and then never forget the gifts Peter Crowley gave. The Crow worked till he could not continue. By then all knew of his plight. They were humbled by his courage and humor as he fought an unwinnable fight. Many friends visited often. Some couldn't bear to go and see the toughest man they ever knew approach his final goal. He was approaching his final goal. There was nary a man who could hold back a tear when they saw him in Sullivan's box. And after the burial they gathered and poured down many a shot. They toasted their friend time after time, till some men fell to the floor, but rose again for another round. And one more toast to the Crow. They gave one more toast to the Crow. Ah, the winds of fate can steal a man's life. In his prime he'll be sent to the grave, but we'll always remember and always be thankful for the gifts that the old Crow gave. His death offered friends a lesson, a reminder that all this won't last. You'd best live your lives with vigor and joy, for your time on the planet is past. And I'm sure that many men that day took the Crow's gift to heart, and they thought of the time they'd wasted and vowed to make a new start. And they played with their children more joyously, and they loved their wives more tenderly, and they laughed with their friends more freely, and they valued their community more completely. His children will always be grateful. After all, it was the old man that gave us life, and one gift far greater than all others, our lovely mum to walk by our sides. Pug up pork chop and peanut, among the finest folks that I know. We all truly still miss our dad and carry his spirit wherever we go. And I know that each day I live, my choice is to be happy and not sad, and remember the lessons that I learned from my long departed dad. Dad taught me to hit a curveball. Life will throw you a few of those at you, and choke up with a full count. Be prepared for the most important decisions, and compete till the clock has run its course. The game ain't over till it's over, and the umpire calls the final out. 'Cause when you're dead, you're dead. And I love my wife more tenderly, and I cherish my family completely, and I laugh with me mates more freely, and I play my music more passionately, and I wander the world with wonder, and I howl when I hear the thunder, and live each day more joyfully, and value my time more preciously. The winds of fate can steal a man's life. In his prime he'll be sent to the grave, but we'll always be thankful. We'll never forget the gifts that our dad gave. The winds of fate can steal a man's life. In his prime he'll be sent to the grave, but we'll always be thankful and never forget the gifts Peter Crowley gave. The finest family I've ever seen. 1966. More than 50 years ago. There's one for you, Da.